Hey guys, it's Mr. Cento here with another video. Today, what we're going to be talking about is Logitech G HUB. This applies to all of you that might have a Logitech keyboard, a Logitech mouse, like a G Pro Superlight, for example. And you have this thing right there in the bottom there. It's so, I'm not sure. I'm someone that likes to have most of my software closed. I really only keep like the things I really need. And I believe Logitech G Pro, the G HUB doesn't need to be there. And I'm going to show you a quick little tip on how to get rid of it. Now you tell me, Mr. Cento, don't you need it for your settings, right? For DPIs and stuff like that. I'm like, actually, no, you don't. You don't. It could be possible. I don't have Corsair products here, so I couldn't tell you, but I think Corsair does a similar type of thing. So I'm going to show you quickly now how to do it. So we just open up Logitech G HUB. Okay, I'm using the Pro X Superlight mouse. And the first thing we're going to do is have a look at all your active profiles. Now, depending on what you have, set it. So you've got desktop, and I've got all my sort of games in, and it shows up. So all of them have a similar settings. I just disabled all of them just to have everything. So I've got everything on 16,000. That's going to be a lot of DPI, 16,000. I have everything on 1,600 DPI to have the lowest input latency. And I'm using poll rate per second, 1,000. And you will see that if I close this, normally it goes up to the standard Windows settings. What you can do is you go onto this little cog, you go to My Gear, you click on the specific mouse you have, or probably the keyboard, click on that, and now you will see onboard memory mode. Turn that on. Now pop-up comes up, does this always onboard memory? You do want to enable and access all features. To be honest, like, I'm not sure what kind of features you're using. Maybe you're using macros. I'm not really using macros. So you can go here and select which one you want. So I've selected the default, my desktop default. And what you can do to make sure that you've done that is click on default, go to details. And here we go. I've got default DPI 1600, polling rate 1000. That is it. You go back. And then you'll see here it says onboard mode. Now, all I have to do is go to G HUB, close G HUB, and make sure in my, for example, my startup apps, I don't have Logitech G HUB. It's already off anyway. So to have G HUB completely off, and then you don't need it in the background. Look, I have exactly the same amount of DPI for all the games. So I did face one issue, be aware of it. So I did face one issue. I was like, okay, when I went and I opened Battlefield 2042, it dropped the DPI down to like 1,000 DPI. Now, how to get rid of that, right? So what I did here is I went through all the games and disabled the various DPI per game, basically. So I went there, settings, and then profile switching, and you just disable the fact that it changes profile every single time you have games. Now it depends if you're using different DPIs for different games. I use the same DPI for every single FPS shooter, so up to you. So that's it, guys. We've got onboard mode. That to make sure, so don't click enabled early on, because that would go back to disabling it. And that's it. That's it. Now we can close Logitech G HUB, and I've got one piece of software less down there. We've cleared it off. We don't need it anymore. Unless if we want to change something in DPI, whatever, you can still open G HUB and then do exactly the same process. But at least it's not running in the background, even if it uses quite a small amount of process. But still, it's not using it in the background. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget, drop a like, hit subscribe, and I'll probably catch you in the next one because there's a lot more to come. So stay tuned and see you later. Bye-bye.